Boom! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How is life on earth? How is everybody doing? It's me, Ronaldo Zaimi, with another banga, banga, banga. Today, we are STR a couple of TV shows that I watched since 2016. Um, I watched many more. One or two from those shows that I'm going to STR right now, I have watched way earlier than 2016, right? I think only one, but everything else is after 2016. Um, I have forgotten a couple of TV shows. A couple of those I was like, maybe not, maybe whatever. And a couple of those I was like, it's going to become a very, 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 very long video, and either I have like to make like two parts or whatever. So let's choose the ones that really had an impact on me, and I would have choose to rewatch them again, or maybe I would like to watch them again but I don't, etc., etc. Let's find out what is it all about. So first first things first first things first, it's your brain. So Soprano is about an Italian mafia families, right? The Italian mafia in New Jersey, and the leader is the one and only James Gandolfini, aka Tony Soprano. I liked the TV show. I loved its way of portraying the family life with the mafia, and it was it was actually, like, it was reality in a way. It wasn't, for example, The Godfather, which is like the classic one, right? To me, it looked like it was like very, very kind of like out of touch with reality. You know what I mean? And even though it was like the masterpiece and all that, but I believe The Sopranos was like more into reality and what it was all about and how real it felt. The only thing that I try to avoid is the that I would try to avoid in this show is the graphic nudity and the kind of like pornish style of it, because it always shows sex scenes and graphic sex scenes and a lot of nudity, and I believe that it takes away out of the real story of it. So I do not want to rewatch it again. And one other character that I loved in this series, it's the character of Christopher Moltisanti, right? Which is a very troubled character in this TV show, and the actor who plays Christopher, Michael Imperioli, doesn't want to watch it, right? Too, because he feels that the show is very dark, and it is. But I don't watch it again. I don't want to rewatch it because it has a lot of. So yeah, but if you don't mind, right? It is an excellent show. So for that, I'm going to put it on B. I know everyone everyone is gonna get crazy mad. It's my own preferences. Guys, come on, don't go hard on me, right? Next, The Office. Ooh, first season. Oh, by the way, on Sopranos, it doesn't disappoint you till the last season. You are there, right? It is just that those kind of like okay. Next, The Office. The Office, unlike The Sopranos, by the end it kind of disappoints you, right? They kind of like throw Michael away, or like he leaves. I don't know, like what happens, like with the main protagonist, the boss of The Office. This one, it's actually a lot of people might a lot of people know it. It is actually a comedy, right, and a very, very, very intelligent one. In the beginning, in the first time that I watched it, because I have watched it a lot of times, I wouldn't get like the jokes and all that, most of them, and I would find them like a little bit very American, even though the original show is British, so that's why I kind of like find it kind of like. But the first season it's a little bit whack, right? But if you hold on to the first season and you go like second, etc., 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 then it's like amazing, um, amazing. So Michael is great, and the jokes are fantastic. They are amazing. They have like their style, and basically the show, it is made like to take you out of your stress and your life's problems and all that, because what these characters do, it's like an office building, right? And they all work and all that, but they do like stuff that it's so childish, right? That you're gonna give up, like your whole, like, oh, I'm very adult and I am a very serious person. It's going like to take it away from you, like you will become silly with those characters, and you will end up being silly like them, and you will be like, yeah, haha. So yeah, for that I'm going like to get it like a B, right? Because I don't want to make like the Sopranos being like, you know I can put it like on the A, The Office, but I don't know. Next, Lost. Lost. So Lost is about like a bunch of people who fell into an island, right, from a plane crash, and they are trying like to survive. Now, why did I pick this one? I could have easily picked other something else, but I picked this one. It's not that it is one of my favorite like TV series and all that, but first of all, most of these great TV series, when I was like a little kid, teenager, I don't know why, but God, God would put them like on in the Greek TV, right? I would like scroll, right, and I would see like Lost. But with Lost, for example, if you don't start like from the first episode, right, and don't lose no episode, like, and it's very difficult, right, because it goes back and forth and all that. But when I saw it, right, again, I was in Greece, right, in this room, 2016 plus, and I stayed there, right. It wasn't actually that weird of a show. It was actually a cool show. I liked it, but I hated the ending, right. I don't want to spoil it to you, but by towards the end, one of my favorite characters, by the way, of the show Lost is John Locke, and his whole like story. He was like a very, very tormented character, and I felt sorry for him, to tell you the truth, and I liked him a lot and his survival skills and all that. Um, but yet towards the end, like I don't know what happened, like, to these writers of the show. They just decided to go like and to be like, okay, these are the last episodes, or like the last season, I don't remember, but when things got like really weird, and let's shit on this one, right? Let's take a big, I'm sorry for my language, excusez-moi, but let's take a big dump on the screen whatever it is, on the screenwriting, right? And let's absolutely destroy this, and from an A, let's make it like an easily D, right, of a show. But because of the seasons and all that, and John Locke, you get a C, guys. But towards the end, come on, the spirits and all that BS. Even like after like they found out the kind of lost, what you call it, they found the other guys, the other people. Even then it started like becoming like weird. But if you kept it like humanesque and not like fantastic, bombastic, it would have been like very, 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 very good show. But it gets a C, right? And you should be thankful to John Locke for that. So next, oh, another one. 15 years old, playing Greek television. I used to have like one of my best friends at the time. He was watching it too. First season, the best season. If they stopped this show like on the first season, like it would still be amazing. It's called Prison Break. It starts with two brothers. The older brother gets involved into something. They framed him. They put him inside a prison, and they framed him for murder, I think. Yeah, and they want to execute him. And the younger brother kind of like studies the whole prison thing and all that, and he decides to get in the prison to commit robbery, armed robbery, to get in the prison and to free him, to free his brother, right, to escape. And they take a bunch of other convicts with them, and they bounce on me. But yeah, the first season is amazing. Then they kind of like they hand them down, and whatever happened thing again. Then I don't know like what the writers kind of like wanted to do with this show, but they kept like throwing the dude Michael Scofield in different prisons around the world. it was it became like from a TV show like to some, like, I don't know, man. They threw him like in Panama. They threw him like in. Never mind. It became like I don't know, very kind of like very satirical. So I will give it, because like the last seasons, yeah, especially there when they mess with a secret government and Skila and all that, whatever like they do. I will give it like again a C, right? They overly complicated it. When I was a kid, it was like my favorite show. And I used to play video games, and on the video games, I used like to put Scofield, Scofield, Scofield. I want to escape, Scofield. And I always had this thing like for escape. I want to escape, escape, escape. That's why I was experimenting with drugs. Cheap way to escape, right? Stay in reality. So, next. Ooh, this one. Yeah, baby. This one, this one. What can I do with this one, man? Dexter. Dexter Morgan. Dexter. 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 So Dexter, man, like it's such a great TV show. They polluted it towards like the kind of like the end of the seasons with porn too. I don't know why. Um, the gore and all that. It's like okay, I don't know, like what happens like to the brain, like with gore and all that, like blood and all that. It kind of like doesn't like really like trick the brain so much, but when it comes like to corn, even if it is like TV show kind of corn, especially like with Rita and all that, whatever, there are a couple of scenes that are like. But yeah, man, like you destroy guys like here in Hollywood. That's why Hollywood it feels soulless right now because you have destroyed it with corn and you are all addicted to pornography. Like seriously, that's why you don't have like soul to write, to direct, to do because you are all a bunch of corn addicts. I'm sorry, but someone has to tell you the truth. The truth. So, Dex, you know why I'm like because I'm between B and A, right? That's right. That's why. So Dex follows a SPAT analyst, right, who works for the Miami PD office, whatever. And in his free time, he's a serial killer. But the catch here, the beautiful catch, is that Dex, because his stepfather, let's say, not stepfather, the father who adopted him, something like that. He was an ex-officer, and he taught him how to channel his urges because Dex was born. He had a trauma. I don't want to spoil it to you. He had the trauma when he was a kid, right? And because of that trauma, he became like a serial killer, right? But his so-called father, right, who raised him, the officer, police officer, he taught him how to channel his energy to hunt other serial killers, right? So it was like he was like the dog who was protecting the sheep from the wolves. You know what I mean? And that's why it's like so good because he's like he has the darkness, but his darkness fights the darkness of his darkness fights the darkness of other bad guys who do it like to innocent people. You know what I mean? Like, and at the same time, like he has like to kind of like escape the police and all that and etc etc. So if you get out like corn towards the end, that it literally destroys the show's magnificence and beauty, I'm going to give it an A, right? I'm going to give it an A. Yeah. Yeah, I can rewatch Dexter, the first seasons, right? So I'm going to give it an A. Dex gets an A. Congratulations, Dex. Oh, thank you. Another one, Californication. Again, too much pornography. Um, if you because I kind of remember when the corn was. This one is very graphic, right? Extremely graphic. If you can like skip and do and whatever, it is very, very, very on the surface level. Even though it has like a very beautiful aura, the show has a very beautiful. It's about like a writer in California, Los Angeles, baby. Yeah, come on. It shows the LA beautifully, right? I loved the the vibe of the show and all that. Hank Moody, a writer, um, did it show um, how to seduce women properly? No, because most of the women were kind of like predatory, and they were all wanted to f Mr. Moody right here. Um, Most of them they were like very very aggressive, and he would behave like a woman, trying to be like, shoo, you little parasite, get away from me, no, I don't want you, and all that. And somehow he would like have sex with all of them without him trying like to seduce or do anything, right? um yeah, so it shows that the writers don't know how to seduce women. But yeah, it had like a good vibe, right? When I was like addicted to pornography, I would love this show, right? Because to me, like when I would see like women like with their boobs and all that and having sex and doing like whatever they were doing there, oh, it would be like, oh, okay, another day on the office. So for that, I'm going to give it a D, right? A D. I was about like to give it like a C, but then I was like, if you get out all that, it's like very on the surface level. But it's a cool one, right? It has like a cool vibe. For the corn addicts, it will be amazing. You will love it because that's what corn addicts want. Want women to approach them, women to seduce them, women to do whatever. Pornography destroys your seduction skills, first of all, your aura, your magnificence, etc., etc. Second one, let's go. Two and a Half Men. Um, Two and a Half Men talks about Charlie, right, and Alan. It is and Alan's son, Charlie's nephew. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry. But it's about like mostly about Charlie and Alan, right? Wow, amazing. Both of them, they are like very good in their role. I wish Charlie, the original, not Harper, but you know who, Tiger Blood, Uncle Charlie. I wish he was like a little bit more disciplined, right? Because when he kind of left, they threw him out of the show. Then the show just. But yeah, Charlie Sim, baby, come on. So Charlie Harper, right? When it came like to seduction, this one it was way better than Californication, right? Even though it had like a couple of corn kind of like references and all that, towards the end, right, of the show, it became like a little bit like too stupid for me, for my taste. In the beginning, it was amazing. I loved it. The first season was like great. Second, third, I believe that it started to fall down when they put Charlie, when they wanted Charlie to become a relationship guy with a chick from the first season that he met like with his nephew. The one like who had like big boobs, and she wanted like to even do a breast seduction, some reduction, seduction, breast reduction, right? It started there, like to really kind of feel a little bit off because Charlie was behaving very beta kind of thing, and he was always like taking an L after an L after an L after an L with her. Um, but I can rewatch it. I I can like spend nights, like rewatching like the first seasons and having fun and being like like in my escapism kind of thing. And yeah, I'm going to give it an A, right? People will go crazy. He put an A, Two and a Half Men, and Office, Sopranos, B, whatever. And now, the real truth comes out. Let's have it like right here, because I don't want to like spoil the last one, even though you might know which might be. Before I show you like the last two, I'm going like to throw a couple of honorable mentions that are called boring. 6 Feet Under, boring. Mad Men, boring. House, boring. House, I haven't watched it all, but I tried like to watch the first episodes. I found it boring. I'm sorry. Arrested Development, boring. House of Cards, boring. Entourage, boring. Mr. Robot, boring. Sons of Anarchy, boring. Silicon Valley, boring. Hang, it's about like a coach, kind of boring, kind of like whatever. So yeah, these were the honorable mentions, but they were honorable mentions, right? Imagine not being in the list at all. And I'm sorry if I have forgotten a TV show or something like that. But yeah, let's start. The good ones. Nip Tuck. What is not to like about this show, man? So first of all, rest in peace, Julian McMahon. Amazing TV show. Amazing. Years ahead. You can watch it like right now, this moment, 2026, and it will feel like it's like whatever, like it's right now, it's written about nowadays. I have made like in the past like videos about this show. It's a it also has like a little bit corn, right, in it. But because I have, when I was an addict, like I watched it like so many times that I kind of like subconsciously remember like where it will come out, like, and I'm skipping it and whatever. It's about like two plastic surgeons, Christian Troy, played by the late Julian McMahon, and Sean McNamara. I'm sorry for the actor's name, I don't remember it. And Sean is a family guy. Family guy. Christian is a womanizer, right? And they both are plastic surgeons. Sean is a better plastic surgeon, more educated, more talented. But Christian has like the business kind of mindset, and he's, I don't know, elite, let's say, to Sean. But he loves Sean. I believe that their brothership, kind of brotherhood, whatever you want to call it, right? It's more like, in my opinion, one-sided, because it is Christian that loves so much Sean, right? Because Christian didn't have like a family. He was like with foster homes, and his foster dad used to like abuse him. It has like, this character is very dark Christian, right? And he has like a very 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 dark childhood. That's why he's like the person that he is. And the show, it has like a very beautiful kind of like, in the on the surface it's like, oh, a beautiful American show, right? I can have fun watching Christian like womanize here and there, and Sean being like in his like boring kind of family life and all that. But as the show unfolds, right, and even like from the first season, it kind of like it becomes darker and darker without losing that, oh yeah, oh, the glamour of the show, the glamour of the American dream, you know what I mean? um this show never fails to kind of like make you feel that their life is, even though like it crumbles, right, it's dark, it's like it's destructive, it's destructible. It never like fails to kind of like make you like, oh, you know what, you don't want the American dream, you know what I mean? It always like shows you like, yeah, yeah, but you love the American dream, you know what I mean, because they are living in it. But look the dark side of it. It has like the a sense of the movie, like the American beauty, right? But it is even more like sweet but poisonous, you know what I mean? Amazing show, man. Amazing, 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 amazing. And it shows you everything wrong with the society, and the beauty of it. Plastic surgery, right? Plastic surgery. And it's all about, like, especially it shows every kind of person, right? That wants to go like to these two guys, and they want to like do like the plastic surgery and all that. It's like they are fake. They are fake, right? But you last on these boobs, so to speak, right? So that's all about like this. And like they you know what I mean? The beauty is fake, but you last on it when it comes like to their talent, right? That they make the women so to speak beautiful, right, with the standards of the societies. Or like they try they they also, like, especially shown, like they do like this pro bono work, and they help people, because plastic surgery is not like just about like beauty and all that. Like, they fix like stuff, like, you should watch it. But yeah, it's like this thing, like, the you always see the dark side of it, but in a way, like, the show like draws you into it, like, oh yeah, it's poisonous, but it's sweet at the same time. Amazing. Amazing. S. Right. Come on. Come on now. And Sean and Kimber, right? Sean and Kimber. I'm sorry, Christian, because Sean fucked Kimber also. But yeah, that American type of, you know what I mean? But the relationship, the dynamic relationship, and also like Kimber is so beautiful. The actress is so beautiful, man. Like, she has that we're talking about the actress, right? Not about like the character, because Kimber like did like some crazy stuff to become a wife, to be called a wife, even though after she kind of like wifed Christian. But the actress is like so beautiful, man, so beautiful. If you are married to a chick like that, like, you are like such a beautiful actress, wifey, beauty, right? Um, the dynamic relationship of Christian and Kimber, it's like, oof. And these two actors, like, they have like such a chemistry, and the characters, like, they clash, you know what I mean? They clash and they come together, and again, and amazing. But yeah, it is poisonous at the same time. It is sweet but poisonous, right? S tier. I want to talk about the Sean McNamara's wife, right? I believe that all the fan of the shows, all the fans of the show, and next, last but not least, and I believe the McNamara's wife has like the same tendencies as this guy's right here wife. No, this wife right here is a way more bitch, a way, 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 way hateful bitch. She's the bitch of all bitches, but that's the talent of the character of the writers, right? To make her hateful, you know what I mean, so that everyone can hate on her. What can you say about this show, Breaking Bad? So first of all, even though I have a kind of admiration for the show, to tell you the truth, it's not like it kind of draws me so much than, let's say, Dexter, or like Nip Tuck, or you know what I mean. It's not that, or even Sopranos in a little, in a kind of way, but let's say like Dexter and Nip Tuck, right? These two shows, like for example, they draw me, right? I wanna like, it's interesting, the story, the vibe of the show. To me, Breaking Bad, it doesn't do that, right? To me, but what Breaking Bad does so good, so good. So first of all, it doesn't have like corn at all, which is like, it has just a little bit, like very, very, very tiny, and still like they kind of like keep it like okay, which is another indication of success for a show. Pay attention, Hollywood. Um, you don't need like to show like crazy, crazy, whatever, Euphoria style type of thing. But where Breaking Bad does it, ladies and gentlemen, it's not like it draws me personally, right? Like these other shows. It's not that it has like something like majestic in it, but the execution of it, the execution of the show, how meticulously everyone, everything, it's like everything is kind of like its character, everyone is there for a reason. There is no like, you know what, okay, let's put this guy, let's put this other dude, this other woman, this. Everyone, everything is like there for a reason. You know what I mean? And everything is so well executed, ladies and gentlemen. It is so well executed. That's why it is like, you already know what it is. It is so well executed, right? The show is in the writing, it is a genius. And when the show in the writing, it's a genius, right? Show. And they kind of like the directing of it, they kind of like, they pay attention, right? And they go by the writing and all that, and they don't like become like very fancy. Then it becomes like top tier, right? It is top tier. First time I watched it, it was like back in 2015, after like my friend Nick at that time, who helped me with guiding me with my cinema journey. He was like, at that time we were watching movies, right? And he told me like about TV series and American TV series, and they are like very good nowadays, and they are even better than movies. And okay, I watched it first time, Breaking Bad. I hated it, right? And I was like, nah, fuck it, man. Like, it's like, why do they find like that this one is good, right? But then years later, after the 16 plus, all that, I rewatched it again, and I said, oh yeah, something is great right here. And then I watched it again, and I was like, yeah, it's top tier, man. And that's the thing; it doesn't draw me so much, like the other two, right? But how good it's executed, right? That you can't help but respect it and admire it and be like, yeah, man, like it's a masterpiece. So it's about a chemist, even though like the story is amazing, right? But for me, it's like, I don't know, man. Like maybe I have like to rewatch it one more time to to feel drawn to it. It's about a chemist, right? I kind of like hated it like towards the end, like with the neo Nazis. That's why maybe like I and killing gas and all that. After that, I kind of like it. Kind of like made me like not be like extremely drawn in it. But in the first seasons, like it was like was very 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 good, and it had like it had everything. It had like tragic ironies, like with the relationship of Hank and his brother-in-law. It had father-son relationship with no, with Walter and his brother-in-law Hank, right? So it had like father-son relationship with Walter and Aaron Paul, his name I don't remember right now. Jesse. It had like the bitch wife of Walter. It had like the ungrateful, but at the same time incapable son of Walter, real son of Walter to whatever. It had Gus being like a genius that he was, the chicken guy, right? It had Jesse and his life being like the junkie that he was, but he he kind of like Jesse kind of had feelings, man. Like he was like a troubled character. He was like the character of Christopher in a way, like from Sopranos. But yeah, it was like about a chemist teacher, Walter White, who learns that he is gonna die of cancer, lung cancer, right? And he has like a family. He has like a son and a daughter that is a baby daughter, and his wife, and they are kind of like, so to speak, poor, right? And he wants to leave like an inheritance for their college money and whatever. But he doesn't have any money, and he finds he's a chemist teacher, right? Even though like he's a genius, right? He ends up becoming a chemist teacher, high school chemist teacher, I think, yeah. And he finds his old um, student Jesse, who is a junkie, but he deals a junkie dealer, whatever, like a low street level dude. And together, like they form like a partnership with Walt being like, and they cook meth, right? Methamphetamine, right? Walt cooks meth, and Jesse kind of like starts learning like how to cook, and he deals like the meth on the streets, and little by little in the pyramid of drug uh, empire, right? They kind of like rise to the top season after season. But the tragic irony in this whole thing is that um, Walt's brother-in-law, Hank, they are like very close. They are like a family. He works like in the DA. He's one of the best officers in DA, and he hands down like drug people, um, drug dealers, right? Cartels and all that. And it shows like the dynamics and all that. amazing show. And yeah, respect. Respect for Heisenberg, right? Say my name. Heisenberg. Exactly. That's it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. So, um, this was it. I'm telling you, there are other TV shows, but I do not remember them and all that. I woke up this morning, had myself again. Mama said, and be the chosen one. And I was like, okay, let's do like an STR kind of like with shows. And I just like wrote down like whatever like it would come like to my mind, because I have like the last one that I watched, I think it was maybe like it was this one or Breaking Bad, I don't remember, but these other TV shows, it's been years. But yeah, as I'm telling you, they all have like it's their moments, right? So yeah, let me know down on the comments, right? Which one is your favorite, or like something that can come like towards these ones right here, or maybe like here, right here, or even right here. Say like, I believe this TV show so and so is a B, or like this other is better than this or that or whatever. So yeah, without any further ado, peace and love. Have a good day.